Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. Police will carry out forensic searches as part of an investigation into the disappearance of a Sydney woman who was due to link up with her parents in the Hunter more than 25 years ago. Ravel Balmain was 22 when she disappeared in Sydney's eastern suburbs in November 1994. Her parents were living at Port Stephens at the time, and her mother reported her missing when she failed to arrive at a Newcastle train station. Police say they are exploring several new lines of inquiry, with searches set to take place at properties in Bellevue Hill, Bondi Beach and Potts Point. Deputy Premier Paul Toole and Police and Emergency Services Minister David Elliott will inspect flood damage at Singleton, Muswellbrook and Scone today. Flooding, which has been impacting the region for more than a week, is expected to reach Raymond Terrace this morning. The SES says the Hunter River is likely to reach a peak of 2.5 metres at about 9 o'clock, causing minor flooding to low-lying areas. Newcastle Lord Mayor Nuatali Nelms has named housing affordability the top priority of a re-elected Labor council. The Lord Mayor is the first mayor in the state to develop an agreement with the New South Wales government, which will deliver much-needed upgrades and redevelopment of social housing in the city. Deputy Lord Mayor Declan Clausen says it's vital for council to address the housing crisis before residents are forced to leave the city.
Housing affordability is based on 30% of the median wage. Anything above that is considered unaffordable. And increasingly, we're seeing Newcastle become unaffordable for people in professions like teaching or nursing, or people that work in hospitality, students, of course, given that we're a big university city. It's really important that we have a variety of housing options that cater to those people's needs as well.
The University of Newcastle's plans to welcome back international students has been put on hold. The Morrison government has delayed reopening the Australian border to skilled workers, international students and other visa holders until it gathers more information about the Omicron coronavirus variant. Border restrictions were due to be lifted tomorrow, but this has now been delayed until December 15. 250 international students are due to arrive early next month, with 14 heading to Newcastle. Fire and Rescue New South Wales says it's lucky no one was hurt after a fire truck rolled out of Mayfield West Fire Station onto busy Industrial Drive. Somehow the truck missed passing traffic when it rolled down the driveway at about 1:15 yesterday afternoon and collided with a traffic light. Fire and rescue mechanics are still trying to determine if a faulty handbrake or human error was to blame for the mishap. The fire engine was not seriously damaged and is back in service. The Newcastle and Hunter Combined Schools Anzac team will be commemorating animals who served at war in their 2022 Anzac event. This comes a year after the purple poppy was ratified as the symbol of remembrance for war animals. Artistic Director Michelle Gosfer says the event is like no other.
I mean, the event is unique. There's no others like it. It's because, we have the narrative, that whole dramatic presentation for the first half. And then the second half is the traditional elements of an Anzac service.
2NURFM Sport.
The Matildas will do battle against USA at McDonald Jones Stadium tonight, with ticket sales indicating a historic sellout crowd for the venue. It will also be a final chance for players to impress before selection of the 2022 Women's Asian Cup squad as they look to overcome last week's 3-0 defeat to the side. Newcastle Jets coach Arthur Papas has outlined last weekend's 2-2 draw against the Wanderers as a significant step forward for the club. The match saw the continued development of the new-look Jets, dominating the game with the ball at foot before a couple of costly errors turned the momentum of the match. Newcastle golfer Aaron Townsend says he is glad to be back on the competitive scene after returning from the COVID layoff at the Murray Open at the weekend. Townsend was able to claim entry into the New South Wales Open next March, an event he won previously in 2008. And Newcastle Knights CEO Phil Gardner has flagged the entry of their women's team into the NRLW as one of the most important days in the club's history. That's sport. I'm James Paris.
And the winning numbers in Monday Lotto are 2, 6, 14, 22, 36 and 43, and the supplementaries are 12 and 42. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.